Hey, what is up guys, my name is Gilbert, back with me is DJ and TGY Sounds and Stuff featuring Gilbert, or me, myself as the owner of this channel. And today I'm going to show you guys how are we going to make these sounds here. One of my project for the future bass, and I think you should have a look at the song first, so here it is. Enjoy. Now, these synths are actually simple. If we look at the a may if you look at the drops part, if we look at the chords tab, hold on for a moment. It's actually this one. Hold on. Push to talk is not a good idea. I'm having a microphone. I have to hold it with my hand. They say, it's a bad idea. Hold on. Finally, I can talk freely more and doing this because no, I don't want to exit. I accidentally pressed that. So this set here is actually very simple. Of course, you need some post-processing like EQing and sidechain them in one section to make everything easier, give a little bit reverb. But this part here is actually simple. What did I do? All I do is simply just put this in a square saw, another square saw, and I'm just giving a little bit detune here. So let's make this sound from scratch, or as to be familiar, we're gonna remake the sound. So first of all, I'm gonna duplicate this. This is for you guys, so that if you don't know how to make this. So let's go to new sound, and what I do is just simply all of this. These two oscillators are in the same position like this. Same with the third oscillator, just do that. That's what you have with the sound. It's kinda bad. Now the envelope is affecting a lot. We give a lot of attack and turn down the levels all the way down, so you left with this type of sound, like. But we're gonna detune this a little bit. So the oscillator number 2, just let it like that. The oscillator number 3, down pitch it about that much. Kind of better actually. Give more attack. You kinda get that feeling of a future bass. Now use the phase on the first one. I like to do that. Can give a little bit of a phasing effects, which is awesome. Go to the voicing tab, the unisons about 5 or 6 or 7 is up to you, with a little bit of pitch bend, and you will have this sound. Of course, you want to make it wider. There are two methods. First of all is the pen position. You drag it all the way to the left, well, not so to the left, a little bit to the left. Or if you don't like this, you can always go to the effects, add a simple, of course, reverb if you like to. That gives a little bit of stereo, but not so much. We're gonna give it more stereo with dimension expander. Just give it a little bit of a touch. And now if we replace this synth here, let me just turn this off and we use this synth instead. It kind of sounds like the same. Let's try to compare this side by side. it's actually just the same, right? I mean, this one is a little bit more grittier because I didn't give it lots of detune, but you can experiment. So this is my first tutorial, so I don't. So if it's kind of bad, I'm so sorry. I don't even know how to make some tutorials like this. Blah. Of course, you need to EQ this a little bit with fat filter or any EQ, but just to delete the low ends because this is a chord, not a bass. Let's try to compare it again side by side. First of all, my original synth. Moving on. You can see I'm clicking the mouse between the first and the second one. If you see I'm kind of clicking the mouse between the second one and the first one, and it kind of sounds the same. Well, that's what I'm talking about. Now, when you have this chord step, you need something that's a little bit more detuned, like this one. It's actually just the same kind of detune saw, but I give it a little bit more detune. And these two are like the cleanest one, and then the bass layer. This is actually super simple. All you gotta do is, for example, if you make this chord step, just copy the synth, paste it here, and change these wavetables, something like that. Give it a sine wave because you want a little bit of a sub bass. Square saw to make that gritty. Basically, the rest of them are just the same. Filter to give that pluckiness. So that's basically it. So congratulations, you just make your own feature bass with just simple steps. Now if you hear here, it's actually, if you hear the second part, there's like this chip tune sound like. Well, this chip tune is actually, believe it or not, I make this randomly using arpeggiators. If you see the arpeggio settings here, it's just the normal arpeggio. I just crank up the rate and bring up the gate, but that's too much, so we want to make it like a chip tune. So we're gonna reduce it, and we'll just make a chip tune. Just kidding, I didn't show the synth yet. No, it's not a preset. Boom. See, again, I'm just basically turning them about 2 octave. I mean, wait a second, 1 octave is 14, 38. Never mind, it's just going to be, it's music, have fun. Basically, this is the settings. Get ready to be shocked. Exactly. Bring all the levels down and attack to the first. You have that simple dimension expander and reverb settings, all just the same. Basically it. I mean, dimension expander and other stuff like that. And oh yeah, this reverb, I like to drag it down to the wet and the size down because this is without reverb. It's weird. After the reverb, you feel the softer and more stereo, and this filter is actually kind of useless. I just put some random filters there. I don't even know what am I doing here. So the first oscillator is pitch, gentle pitch with a full intensity, full amp, and full wave position all to the right. The second oscillator is square saw to give more grit. The third one is iron for more bell sound. And I tried to use the modulation, but it doesn't work well. I mean, works terrible, so don't. So this is the set, and for the end result you have this. Now, if you don't realize, I actually have a deactivate channel here. It kind of sounds like this. Do you believe that I make string sounds out of Ableton's capabilities? Do you believe that? No. Too shame, because I did. And it's amazing now. And it's amazing. So how do I did this? But okay, hold on. It's kind of heavy to hold the mic like this. I need to find a stand. Hold on. Okay, I think this is better. At least I have the stand for this mic, for this microphone here. Oops. Ow. Even though I have to put the stand in front of me, kind of blocking my views, but no problem. So back with the tutorial. Sounds like that. It kind of sounds like a string. Now what do I do is actually, let me just delete this and delete the reverb. What I do is go to the instrument and grab this grand piano, bring the hardness all the way up, bring the brightness all the way up. It's kind of loud because we're going to make it, well, you know, bring all the attack all the way up. Now go to the audio effects. My favorite effects is reverb. Just like what I like to do, the dry wet all 100%, the size a little bit lower. If you see what I did there, it's actually kind of amazing. Of just one instrument and one effects, you can make something like that. You just make a guitar out of this sound. Now to make it louder, just grab a freaking compressor and you just make a string pluck sound out of grand piano reverb and compressor. Now that's it for today, guys. I hope you like it, and I'll see you next time. I guess. I don't know. Bye.